But hello to all of you pilgrims on this journey. There's something like that. Yeah. So, we're going to be on this journey to sainthood. So I'm thinking the first thing that we need to discuss is, well, what is a saint and why are they so important? So the first thing I want to do is I want to clear up a misconception. Especially one from our Protestant friends. Catholics, we do not worship the saints. We strive to be like them. We strive to imitate them. So rather than trying to explain it myself, I will quote Mr. Matthew Kelly from who wrote the book Rediscover the Saints. And in the book, page 11, for those of you taking notes, it says, "The saints teach us, encourage us, challenge us, and inspire us. I wish I had more friends like them." I think that's a great quote because it shows how we're not worshiping the saints. We are respecting them. We are trying to imitate them. So that's how we become saints ourselves, which we are all called to do. So how do you become a saint? First of all, you have to have lived a virtuous life. Or be martyred. Or be martyred. Either way, you have to have died to this world. And then after 5 years have passed, your local bishop can then send a request to the Vatican to open up an investigation into your life. That investigation goes to a group called the Dicastery for the Causes of Saints. If they believe there's merit to the request, they will move on to the investigation and you go straight to step 1 with the title of venerable. At the time of this recording, an example of someone who is venerable right here in the United States is Archbishop Fulton Sheen. So if you are martyred, you get to skip step 1 and go straight into step 2. And that is going from venerable to blessed. To be blessed, again, martyred, get straight to step 2 and blessed. Or you have to have lived a virtuous life and have a miracle attributed to you. An example of a blessed, again, at the time of this recording, is a teenager named Carlo Acutis. And we will definitely be going more into his story on this channel at some point. So then you move on to step 3, and this is the exciting one. You go from blessed to saint. Yay! To do this, however, you have to have another miracle attributed to you since you've been declared blessed. So yeah, after you die. This is kind of the church's way of establishing that, yep, you have definitely made it to heaven because you're at work. You're doing God's work up there. And yeah, we see it right here on earth. So thanks for that. I do want to clarify that this process is just the way that the church recognizes that these people are saints. Just because you're not declared and canonized a saint by the Catholic Church doesn't necessarily mean you're not a saint in the eyes of God. These are just the ones that we know and can recognize. Yep, they're saints. So we may hear a lot about the saints and think to ourselves, they were super holy. They were like incredible people that God chose to be saints. I can't do that. Why are you asking me, just me, a regular person, to do that? Well, if you don't think you have what it takes, let's take a look at some saints that we actually know about. Let's first look at St. Peter. St. Peter was once told by Jesus himself, "Get behind me, Satan. You are a hindrance to me, for you are not on the side of God, but of men. Ouch. Not much later, Peter turns around and denies even knowing Jesus. That's like you don't do that. Like, a lot of people died because they wouldn't do that, including actually St. Peter. So interesting. He is the rock of our church, the first pope, and he is a saint. Let's look at St. Paul. While known as Saul, he was responsible for a countless number of Christians being arrested and brutally tortured, and even admits that he voted to have many of them put to death. His writings are now a large section of our New Testament, and he is a saint. Next, St. Augustine. Despite his mother's pleading, tears, and prayers, he was a pagan. He womanized, he drank, he gambled, and at one point, he abandoned his mother, who, by the way, is also a saint, in a port city after lying to her and telling her that he would stay. Yeah, he did that. His academic way of thinking, however, has brought a lot of understanding to the dogma of our faith. And he is one of, if not the most quoted person in the catechism. He is a saint. I think you get the picture. Instead of putting these men and women up on a pedestal and using it as a way to justify our own inaction, oh, look at these people. They're God's people. They're chosen. They're holy. I can't do that. They're amazing. I can never be that amazing. Instead of that, let's remember that they were flawed men and women, just like us. In fact, I would dare to say that some of them, before their conversion, were worse than us. They were able to convert their hearts, and their teachings live on today. Their examples live on today. So, what was that excuse you were telling yourself again? Don't forget to like and subscribe, you guys, and click that little notification bell, because honestly, yeah, God needs more saints in his army. Lots more. Let's do this. Yeah.